Hey, St. John. Our market update this week looks like we might be in for the attack of the new construction. Hey guys, it's Erica Galinas with That Properties Real Estate here for our monthly market update. This week we are talking about St. John, Indiana, and like I said at the top, it looks like new construction is going to give sellers a run for the money in St. John over this next year. So we'll talk first about what was sold in December. So in the month of December, again, all kinds of properties, new and old, we sold only 19 units of real estate for a total of about $8.5 million. That gives us an average sales price of $448,767. Average days on market in St. John, again for December, 37 days. List to sales price, so how much it was listed for versus how much they actually closed at, 97.4%. These numbers seem about average for the market. The 19 seems a little low, but we saw in Crown Point last week, we've seen other places. There just was not a lot of activity in December. I don't think there's going to be a lot of activity in January either when we do next month's numbers. Things were just slow, with the holidays, end of the year, interest rates, everybody's kind of freaked out. So these numbers in terms of what it looks like for December, even though it's such a small amount that sold, I think we're probably okay there. Comparing that with November, in St. John, again, all kinds of properties, we sold 30 units of real estate for a total volume of about $12.8 million, giving us an average sales price of $428,000. So about, what would that be, $20,000 less in November. We went up $20,000 in December. Again, market-wide, particularly at this time of year, it's a good sign that we're not, failing horribly, but it's about the same number, practically speaking, when you drill down year over year. Average days on market, 34 days, list to sales price, 98.1. So again, almost the same as what it was in December. Obviously, we sold, quite a few more properties, 2/3 more, but again, December and again, January, kind of dead. So we'll see, whether it's just St. John, if this continues. I suspect that these are just middle of the winter, everybody's freaking out numbers. In terms of new construction, so this is kind of the headline for this one. In St. John, as you know, there's a ton of new construction. They're building the gates of St. John. They're building just south of the gates of St. John. They're building, what would that be, west of 93rd. They're building some, south of 93rd and west of 41. And they're throwing in all of these neighborhoods. St. John is crazy, crazy, crazy new construction. Now, this is something a home seller, current non-builder home seller for an existing home has to keep an eye on, because what happens is if you have a lot of new construction, it depresses prices for existing homes. That's just how it always works in almost every market, not for any nefarious reasons or anything, but as we go through these numbers, you'll see a lot of times the buyer would rather spend a little bit extra to get brand new than to get something that needs some work or has some kind of issue just to save $20 a month in their mortgage payments. So we will start with the pending listings. So these are listings in St. John that have gone listed, they've gone under contract, they haven't closed yet, either because they're building the house or because regular sellers waiting for title work or whatever it is. So pending right now in St. John, only 27 listings, which again, kind of, obviously it's more than December, almost as much as November. We're in this kind of dead zone. I don't think that's a big concern. Average price on those listings is $422,000. We won't know until they close how much those prices actually, sell for. So we'll see, in the months to come, those closing numbers encompassed in there. Average days on market, 55 days. So there's new construction here. They hang out on the market. I pulled the new construction out. Existing homes, 37 days on market. Again, exactly the same as December. So no big change there. Of that 27 pending, 16 are new construction homes. Only 11 are existing homes. Some of that is obviously, we still have an inventory problem. It's not stalled. We have inventory. We just don't have what they call standing inventory, which are, houses month over month that go on and off the market. Things either have been sticking around a while or have been selling right away, although that's starting to change as well. 19 single family homes, 8 condos and townhouses. They have those duplex patio homes and stuff in the gates, which makes up most of that. Active listings. Now, this is something interesting. It doesn't necessarily the end of the story, but it is something interesting in St. John right now. Active listings in St. John of all kinds. There are 93 active listings. Average list price on those is $548,000 and some change. Average days on market, 75 days. Again, new construction's in there. There's a couple that have kind of been hanging around for a while, over 200 days. Not sure what's going on with that. Of that 93 number, those 93 active listings, 62 of them are new construction. So that is 2/3 of those listings are new construction listings in St. John. Only 31 are existing homes. 75 single family, 18 condos and townhouses. Again, that's just a regular number. I did the numbers for just the existing homes to see in terms of the actives where the listing prices are and the days on market. So of these 93 active listings, new constructions are averaging 581,000, 86 days on market, and existing homes active list price is coming in at 447,000, 50 days on market. So that's a pretty significant, what is that, $140,000 price difference between brand new construction and existing home. Pretty big gap. Pendings, I did the same thing. So for pending homes, again, homes that have sold, not yet closed, the existing homes, average listing price are $413,000 with 29 days on market. For new construction homes that are pending right now, $443,000, 74 days on market. Now that's not as big of a difference there. Obviously, that's only, what did that be? $30,000 compared to $130,000 for the active listings. Two things are going on and will continue to go on, get worse, get better, depending on what it is. Builders right now are sitting on all this inventory. Obviously, they're selling quite a bit of it, but they are also building quite a lot. They had problems, over the, the unpleasantness, the supply chain issues. We had labor issues. I've talked about those before. So they are, they got their stuff now. They got their workers now. They're getting these houses on the ground. They also, just like every other market, we're starting to see those property values go down. Again, no big crashes in any of the areas I know about, but certainly declining prices, and builder sellers are very sensitive to that because they're looking at it more of a return on investment versus, oh, this is my forever home. We are seeing builders right now, specific to the Gates or, the south of there, I don't know, but I certainly know of builders in this area, some builders in common, that are doing crazy good incentive programs. They're, giving seller credits totaling $10,000. They're cutting prices $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 because they want to get these houses sold as quickly as they can on the off chance that there's some, horrible real estate crash or interest rates go to 19.5% or something like that. Again, so far it hasn't happened, but these builders want to make sure that their money that they've invested in, they bought all these expensive 2x4s over the past year to finally build these houses. Haha, big joke. These houses have now lost $100,000 in equity. That's the situation they're trying to avoid. So they are trying to build these houses as quickly as possible. They're giving buyers, all kinds of concessions, closing rates and free upgrades and all kinds of just negotiating things to get these houses under contract. How does this affect the existing seller in St. John? It's not great news. Any community at any time, when you have a big glut of new construction being built in your town, it affects sellers' prices. I've had sellers in the past, all over the place, certainly before the really hot market, where, hey, your house is great, but there's new construction going in, a quarter of a mile away. We can't price the same as these new constructions, even though we have the same number of bedrooms, the same square footage, or maybe a bigger lot or something like that, because these houses are brand new. So if this brand new house is, I'll make up numbers, $400,000, you can't price your house at $400,000 because most buyers, unless your house is really something special, they're going to go spend $400,000 on the new construction because why wouldn't they? It's brand new. The furnace, the roof is brand new. It's all, usually up to date, modern. Not all sellers' existing homes are all that up to date or modern, even though they're solid and they're in good shape. They're not as pretty as new construction. So sellers are absolutely impacted by having this much new construction in the market. They are further impacted right now in this St. John market because these builders are giving so many concessions. So you have a double whammy. You have, hey, why would I buy your house when there's a brand new house right over there? And then you have, hey, why would I buy your house even though it's $20,000 cheaper? Because this builder is giving me $60,000 in upgrades and concessions. Buyers don't have an emotional attachment to the house that you are selling, so they are going to get the best deal in the market. Sellers in St. John, I still don't think are in any real danger, particularly because the difference in these active average list prices. 447 for an existing home versus 581 for new construction. That's a real big sweep there. There's not like all these buyers are right in this $400,000 price range or 350 to 400. No. This is like huge numbers here. So what we'll have to keep an eye out for, do these builder prices continue to go down? Do these concessions, hey, we'll throw in a free basement if you buy this house, are we going to start seeing these builders really, really push to get these houses sold? And then the other thing we'll see is, how long are existing homes, staying on the market? A lot of buyers would rather have an existing home. St. John in particular, they're usually on bigger lots. They usually have, there's a whole swath of them that were built in the 70s, 80s, part of the 90s that were, cool custom homes. Like maybe, they're a little dated, they need a little work in the kitchen or something like that. But they have very cool custom layouts and again, these big yards with, front porches and things in the backyard that, make it more of a lifestyle choice versus a financial choice. But one thing sellers are going to have to keep in mind is that if I'm going to buy your house, for example, for $360,000, or I could go buy this brand new house for $400,000, assuming comparable lifestyle choices, I may very well go buy the brand new house because over the course of a 30-year mortgage, that extra $40,000 doesn't end up being that much money. Of course, $40,000 is a lot of money. There is no question. $40,000 is a lot of money. But when you split that up by 30 years and you don't think too hard about the interest rate, a lot of buyers are going to go with that new construction house strictly because it's new. So like I said, St. John sellers, I don't think you're in any kind of bad shape. We still don't have the inventory. I mean, active listings, non-new construction, there's only 31 houses in all of St. John, including duplexes, including these custom homes on an acre or whatever it is. I don't think we're in any real kind of trouble in St. John, but we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this. How hard are builders coming after the existing home market? They're absolutely not in the business to lose money any more than Mr. Seller is. So we'll see. Long term, we'll see who wins. One day, all of them will be existing homes. But right now, we have that battle going on, and it could spell some problems for St. John home sellers. So do you live in St. John? Do you have questions about your home value? Do you have any ideas about what this new construction is doing to town? We've had all this, traffic issues and all this new construction, and they're putting in like a Portillo's or some new restaurant. I don't even know what it is. But what do you think about what's going on in your town? Please comment down below. You can always call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. If it's easier, you can always email me at hsbyerica@gmail.com. That stands for Home Sales by Erica, which also happens to be my website, homesalesbyerica.com. I post a blog weekly. I actually just did a really good one on staging. I think I'm going to talk about it in my video on Thursday. So if you are interested in staging, please like and subscribe to this channel and you'll get notified when that video gets posted. If you're thinking of selling, not just in St. John, but all over Northwest Indiana, if you're thinking of buying, again, not just in St. John, but all over Northwest Indiana, again, please call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062, or, just share your thoughts on the current market over there. I'd be happy to take a listen and we'll see what we can do for you. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.